Hello there, my babushka. I give you now the simple guide to Brexit. If you have the problem with Brexit, I explain everything for you now. David Cameron made a promise he didn't think he would have to keep. To have a referendum that he didn't think that he would lose. Boris Johnson decided to back the side he didn't believe in because he didn't think it would win. Then Gore, who said he wouldn't run, did. And Boris said he would run, then said he wouldn't. And Theresa May, who didn't vote for Brexit, got a job to make it happen. She called the elections. She said, we vote. No, she said that we wouldn't. She didn't know what she was saying. She triggered Article 50 when we didn't need to and said we would talk about trade at the same time as the divorce deal. And the EU said they wouldn't, so we didn't. People thought she wouldn't get a divorce settled, but she did. But only by agreeing to separate arrangements for Northern Ireland, when she had promised the DUP that she wouldn't. Then the cabinet agreed a deal, but they hadn't. And David Davis, who was the Brexit secretary, but wasn't, said it wasn't what the people voted for, and he couldn't support what he had just supported, and then he left. Boris Johnson, who hadn't left, then wished that he had, and he did. But it was a bit late for that. Dominic Raab became the new Brexit secretary. People thought that Theresa May wouldn't get a withdrawal agreement negotiated, but once she had, they wished that she hadn't, because hardly anybody liked it, whether they wanted to leave or not. Jacob Rees-Mogg kept threatening a vote of no confidence in her. But not enough people were confident enough. People would not have confidence in her confidentiality call for a no confidence vote. You get the idea? It's very, very simple. Dominic Raab said he hadn't really been the Brexit secretary either, and resigned. And somebody else took the job, but it probably isn't worth remembering who they are, as they're not really doing the job either, as Ollie Robbins is. Then Theresa May said she would call a vote, but didn't. That she wouldn't release some legal advice, but then she had to. That she would get some concessions, but she didn't. And got cross that Juncker was calling her nebulous when he wasn't. But he probably should have. At some point, Jacob Rees-Mogg and others called a vote of no confidence in her, which she won by promising to leave. That was very clever of her. But they said she had already lost and she should go. At the same time as saying that the people who voted leave knew what they were voting for, which they couldn't possibly have because we still didn't know now what we're leaving for, and that we should leave the vote to leave, vote alone. Yeah, that's very, very complicated. We should leave the vote to leave alone. We should leave it alone. But have no confidence in the no confidence vote, which was won by more than, everyone in the government. The government also argued in court against us being able to say we didn't want to leave after all. But it turned out that we could. She named a date for the vote on her agreement, which nobody expected to pass, while pretending that no deal, which nobody wants, is still possible. Even though we know we can't just say that we're not leaving. You get that? It's very important. And that we can't have a second referendum because having a democratic vote is undemocratic. And of course, as expected, she loses again. That's just Theresa May for you. Some people are talking about a managed no deal, which is not a deal, but is not a no deal either. So that's the present situation with Brexit. And I hope that that has cleared up everything for you. And that you will have no more questions about what's going on with British politics. It's just so clear and simple. Thank you very much.